What's going on, everybody? This is Captain Obvious. You guys are the 11 crew, and today I'm going to be bringing you my top 10 games of 2018. Now keep in mind, this is just my opinion and my list. Your games will most likely be very different, so let's jump in. Number 10, State of Mind. In State of Mind, you play the part of two characters in their own individual timelines. As you progress, the story expands and becomes pretty dark and mature. The story itself is quite original and kept me engaged throughout my playthrough. I found it to be well written, and the voiceovers were pretty spot on. The visuals, while not appealing to everyone, really worked for me, because I found the triangle-shaped characters to be a great metaphor for the fractured nature of their personalities. Number 9, Dead Cells. Dead Cells is a beautifully twisted take on the Metroidvania formula. It's one of the most frustrating yet satisfying games I've ever played. At times, the game is nothing short of brutal, and you'll feel like someone somewhere has a vendetta against you, but once you get deeper and deeper into the game, the payoff is incredible. To go along with the gameplay, the game also has some of the most aesthetically pleasing pixelscapes I've ever seen. Number 8, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. There's really not much to say about this game. As a remake, it's pretty much as good as it gets. Faithful to the original, but with enough visual improvements to make it current. This was a fun nostalgia trip, and to get 3 games in one purchase made it worth a spot on my list. Number 7, Life is Strange 2. Now, this is only based on the first episode, since that's all that was released in 2018. But this first episode has been very split in the community. I really enjoyed it though. The characters are better, the setting is more believable, and the developers continue to tackle sensitive topics that continue to separate Life is Strange from other games in the genre. Number 6, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. This is my favorite Lara Croft adventure so far. If you have played the previous ones, this is a great homage to the classics, in addition to being a fitting ending to the reboot trilogy. They added larger crypts and tombs, and as someone who enjoys the tomb raiding aspect, this was perfect for me. Number 5, Just Cause 4. Now, I've seen a lot of people bash this game, and I really don't understand why. I mean, it's a Just Cause game, so naturally destruction and explosions are front and center. The game is incredibly fun, and using the new guns and devices bring another level of craziness to the open world genre. There's a ton of stuff to do across the map, so it never gets boring, and I thought this was the best story of all the Just Cause games so far. Number 4, Far Cry 5. Now this is another game that has mixed reviews, anywhere from best game ever to completely boring. For me, this game was a perfect Far Cry entry that added just the right amount of new elements while keeping the feel of the series. What really sealed the deal for me was the addition of the updated map creator. Outside of the main story, the side quests, and the huge, beautiful open world, that map creator kept me coming back for more. Number 3, Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 lives up to everything and more with what Rockstar Games has promised. More importantly, the gameplay is enjoyable and accessible, the story is engaging, and the characters are interesting. Rockstar Games have created a truly interactive, immersive, and massive open-world game that feels solid, and you can almost imagine you're part of this world. However, the reason it isn't in the top spot for me is because multiplayer is awful. I don't find it fun, and seems like a cash grab on Rockstar's part. This would easily be my game of the year if it was not for that. But you have to include it because it's part of the game. Number 2, God of War. God of War takes everything good about the franchise and just elevates it. Every aspect seems finely polished, and the world itself is breathtaking. It emphasizes story with mature and complex themes. It also sets a new standard for storytelling and world building in games, and transforms Kratos from a one-note character to a fascinating man with a story worth hearing. Number 1, SpiderMan. Now let me start out by saying I've been a huge Spider-Man fan for years. I have over 400 Spider-Man comics and have been waiting for a game like this all my life, so I may be a little biased. But for me, it delivers on every single level. The swinging and fighting mechanics are so fluid and intuitive and really make you feel as though you are Spider-Man. There's an insane amount of costumes to unlock, and while the story isn't winning any awards, it's still very interesting and kept me entertained. Now mix in the collectibles, the upgrades, the gadgets, the random fights with bad guys, and the hilarious J. Jonah Jameson audio, and you have the best Spider-Man game ever made. Alright guys, that's it. That's my list. Let me know in the comments what games are on your list, and I'll catch you guys next time. Captain Obvious out. Peace.